All right, welcome back. I want to go over the answers for your exit ticket from Friday's lesson. It was CR 2.4, explaining how the rust form. That's March 19th. So I have on the screen here an exact drawing of what your Google Draw should have looked like. Some of you put this down, and I commend you. You did great. Your atoms might not have looked exactly like mine. Like some people hand drew the atoms using the like little pencil tool or whatever and hand wrote FE for iron in there. That's totally fine. But as long as you and somehow have that on the before side, there was an iron atom and there was a fertilizer, an atom of what fertilizer is made of in the before section, and in the after section, you should have had what was a molecule of the rust. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you'll have to go back and redo that, which you should have time to do today. I'll scroll through the lesson. You saw this image several times in that lesson. So you have that to refer to whenever you're drawing this. So the other thing that I didn't see on a lot of people's drawing, and it was interesting, was that I needed a description of writing here. A lot of you put pictures. So go back and change that, or make sure that you have a description of what happened in that chemical reaction. And then the third part that I want to make sure that you have in there is in your answer key is like, I use an orange circle to represent an atom of iron and then label it iron using the text box feature here. So I want you to go back and double check your answers for that. While you're doing that, you saw this question multiple times. It was also in your last part of your exit ticket. One thing that we seem to be a little confused about are what reactants and what products are in a chemical reaction. If you filled out your science notebook in the last section, you know that reactants are the starting part of a chemical reaction. They are the part of the left-hand side over here. Whatever substances come together to form a chemical reaction sometimes, and then those atoms rearrange and formulate the products. On the right-hand side over here are the products. Again, the way we read that is just like an equation almost. It reads like a book, left to right. So instead of an equal sign, we use the arrow to represent a yield. Yield means that those products are just rearranging to form new substances. It's not necessarily that, like in this instance, methane and oxygen do not equal carbon dioxide and water. Carbon dioxide and water are two different substances than the starting substance. So we don't use an equal sign, we use an arrow. So go back, take some time, double check that the assignment before I grade it. So that way you actually can get a second bat at this to get 100. You can do it. Good luck.